Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it. It's Monday, the February 20th. It is cold out. I got up this morning at 5, actually 4 I think, but I went out at 5 and it was 6 degrees. So it is cold, very cold. And I have an ongoing bet with a local Pittsfield business owner. We made this bet 2 weeks ago. Now he's saying he believes between now and April, we will get several storms come through and up to 4 feet of snow. I said, no way. I think at best we'll get 10 inches, and I doubt we'll even get that. And total. So far, the storms have seemed to avoid us, or we've avoided them. It's still cold enough for places like Bosque to make snow, so that's cool. I don't feel like, I'm sure they would prefer the natural snow. But as long as they can make snow and there's up and going and skiing, which they are, it's been pretty busy every time I've been up there, I'm okay with it. I'm not a big fan of snow, personally. So I know you need it. I know the spring runoff, we need it. I know it's great to kill ticks and all that, and it really is. But we made it this far. It's almost March, so I'm ready. I'm ready for nice weather, personally. So I hope I don't lose that bet. We only have a beer is what's at stakes. So I'm going to go with either an Elephant or a Tuborg, though. I'm going imported. All right. What else did I want to mention? Oh, the driving videos that I put up. Man, I can't, for one, those get crazy amount of views. Here's something I have to mention, though, because with some people, doesn't matter what you say, you're wrong, you're incorrect. There's a problem. So that one driving video of North Street, all I put in the headline was beautiful downtown Pittsfield. Now, I was not being sarcastic, okay? I just thought, I'm not going to say nothing. It's Pittsfield, it's downtown. I love Pittsfield. It's my home. But I didn't want to put my views in there, and I started reading those comments. And that video, last I looked, it's like pushing 15,000 views, which is a lot for a local video. And a lot of comments keep coming in. No, I was not speeding. I'm going to keep saying that. No, I did not blow through stop signs or do rolling stops. I edited it. If you look, you can see there's a little glitch. You can almost catch it, although I am getting really good at those. I was only doing 17 miles an hour. I might have bumped it up to 20 when I got wild and crazy, but that was about it. It's a wide angle lens. If it looks like I'm going faster than I am not, and we'll leave it at that. Try not to come down too hard on North Street, though, as far as the businesses that are there. That's where I agree with a lot of you that, man, does North Street need some help. I will forever be mad about any company being able to come in and buy up buildings, storefront buildings on our one downtown street and be allowed to leave them vacant for over half a decade. I will never understand that. And then before construction is completed on that one, allowed to purchase another one. Come on. Leaving empty blocks in the middle of our downtown for 5, 6, going on 7 years now. Look what it did. It decimated that whole, you can't do that. That's so unfair to any other business on that street. Because it's one little street. I'm going to measure it unless somebody knows how long North Street is. If somebody does, can you put it in the comments? We have one strip for our downtown district. We can do better. But the thing with the comments, and I mentioned this in the last video and I'll mention it again, it kills me when people say I'll never go down North Street. Don't think that way. It is bad. It is bad. I personally think that bike lane layout is horrendous and it's never used. That's the other thing. It takes up so much roadway, but it's never used and nothing's enforced. If you watch that video I posted, that was just one run. You got one guy who walked across the street. God bless him. He was so out of it. He didn't even know where he was. Luckily, the traffic stopped. He just walked in a daze. He never looked. And then he just stops. You can see he stops in a parking spot and he just stares at the building. And he stayed there. I did a couple more trips. He was there a long time. Then you see the one car turn from the bike lane. Then you see the bicycle on the sidewalk. That's all day, every day on North Street. So why have bike lanes if we're not enforcing anything? Why have all those things? I don't get it. But again, the layout, I agree. I can't stand it. I hope they do something. I agree with most of you. It is shocking to see big potholes in the middle of North Street. But also when they put those, when they put the bike lanes in and they put those flexi poles in and they bolted them into the pavement, I'm sure that wasn't a good thing to do for the pavement as far as being able to break up and create a pothole once the plows ripped those out. Yeah. So North Street, I believe, needs a lot of love and attention. But don't blame the business owners. Support those businesses. I go to Car Hardware regularly. I go everywhere up there. I try to go up and down North Street all the time, stop in different places all the time. I'm doing a video there this week at Marie's, which we were going to do last week, but the snowstorm that never was canceled it. So it'll be another co-video with Pittsfield Rye Bakery and Marie's, which is a new restaurant gallery on North Street. Yeah, but support them. Support our downtown businesses. I never want to be negative towards them because I can only imagine how much that hurts when someone hears I'm not going there anymore and they own a business there. I think if we go there and we support them, that's where you're going to force the change because it's needed. It is absolutely needed. But anyway, I don't want to get into politics. And I know that's walking a line right there. So, yeah, support our downtown businesses. But the only reason I brought that up is because of those driving videos. The upcoming podcast, I'm very excited about that. I know I've been pushing that one early, and I'm going to promote it a ton more, and then they'll be regular after this one. So I'm really grateful, again, for my first guest on the new podcast to be the beautiful and talented Bobbi Jean Brown. Bobbi and I have been in touch back and forth for a little while now, and I got to tell you, she had something happen to her in her life that was very similar to something that happened to me, and it really freaked me out. And I reached out to her again, and it was just weird. It was an instant communicate. This is somebody who gets thousands and thousands of messages through Messenger every day. I don't know how she can sift through them. I can't tell you how many I get. I get hundreds a day. And I would say at least 40 or 50 of them are fake accounts trying to sell me stuff, I mean, it's the same kind of, but then I have all the real messages and I'm trying to decipher who's who, and some days I can't. If I miss a day or two and I look and it says you have 400 messages, even that for me it's just too much. With Bobbi, I know one of the she said she had thousands. So it was like I wouldn't even know where to start. So it was really strange how we connected the way it did. It was just like a weird thing, and I'm in a good way. And I'm really excited about that interview. I am. I think that's going to be a great one to kick it off. There's no time limit on this one. We're just going to talk. And I want to talk about from the beginning to current with her. And I know I've heard her say in other interviews, she doesn't necessarily see how relevant it might be to talk about her past or her Hollywood years. But I do. I see a ton of relevance because what she went through, the life she lived, and where she's at now, it's important. That part of the story is important because it shows anybody that no matter where you've been or what you've done or anything or what you think you know, or only a prude or a weirdo would go this way and not this way or anything like that. I mean, her life story it's a miraculous story to me. It really is. And it's one movies are made out of and should be with her. It really should be. But anyway, I'm very excited and grateful to Bobby for that one. So that'll be airing March 5th. A lot of people did ask me what time. There's no specific time. Once I post it, it's there. It's not going anywhere. But I'll probably post it in the morning because, that's what happened. It's Pittsfield Tonight. Ended up being a show that gets posted in the morning, and the daily podcast will be twice a week. But that one's okay because it's my last name. So, yeah. All right, that's it for now. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh, the Wahconah Park. I got a lot of messages on that one. That's sad. I don't know how to feel about that. Again, I don't want to get into the politics of it. What happened with the Wahconah Park never should have happened, ever. I mean, that should have been addressed years and years and years ago. This didn't happen overnight. Again, you'll probably hear pandemic. You'll probably hear things like that. It's just sad that we let that happen. I know people in the community that my whole life have never understood. Well, after we lost the Mets and the Cubbies, they never understood why baseball didn't seem important to the city. Because the history of baseball here, it's one of the oldest histories of baseball. And there's documented proof where some people believe that baseball could have started here in Pittsfield. I'm sure many of you have seen that debate. They found documentation that referred to playing baseball in Pittsfield before Cooperstown. So, and even so, I mean, they're not going to change history, I'm sure, and do away with the Hall of Fame and everything in Cooperstown. But Pittsfield should be a well-known community for that. And it's sad that we let this happen. I think with all of it, it's participation rate. The last mayoral election, only 30% of the registered voters voted. 70% of our registered voters didn't even participate. That's why I've jumped away from politics. The least viewed videos I did were the political interviews. You guys didn't really want to see those or care. I guess the way to do it is don't wait for politicians if you don't like politics. Grab the bull by the horns and go do it. And the best way to support your community to start is spend your money locally. That's the first thing you can do. And that's where I'm focused at right now. If we can improve Pittsfield and be part of improving Pittsfield through this platform by supporting businesses, by supporting events, and of course, coming into the season, things for the Jimmy Fund and things I did before, I will find a way to get those done again. I will. So, because those weren't political and those were important to me. The Harry Bateman Memorial Fishing Derby is a big one. There's no way I'm missing that. I've been friends with Stevie Bateman for, I'm too old to count how long it's been. So, yeah. So there's all that stuff will happen too, but get involved with community. That's the important thing. Don't get in the political discussions. Stay away from it. I'm telling you, they'll look for you online. There's certain people who will. They'll do things like tell you you're not using your real name and then try to call you out and tell people where you work or things like that. Meanwhile, the person doing that participates on another site that is all based off of fake names. But I'm telling you, you'll jump into it and you'll wish you never did if you post stuff like that. If you want to make a difference and you want to help Pittsfield turn around, you can do that. First step, spend your money locally. I'm going to go do this Marie's video either Wednesday or Thursday of this week. I'll probably go back Friday or Saturday. Maybe we'll do something where a whole bunch of you can come down and support them and just buy one thing, a sandwich, a drink, something. So, forgive me, that COVID, that kicked my butt so bad. I'm like 90%, but haven't totally got through that yet. When it gets dry like this, it's still brutal on me. I did so much coughing for 2 months. All right. So that is it for now. This one went on a long time. Who knows what the average time watch rate on this one will be? A minute. So no one will even see this part, maybe. Who knows? If you did see this, maybe you can comment. I did see that. And to the people who... What was the other thing? Nah, never mind. We'll cover that in the next one. All right, that is it for now. I'll catch you all in the next day or two.